Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
In Assam, dreams are often woven out of threads of silk, and when the golden rays of sun touch a dream, it becomes a muga. The weaving of dreams was not confined to any class, and in olden days it is said that women who did not know how to spin and weave had a difficult time finding a husband.
We have got all the 4 varieties of silk that is prevalent in the entire world. That is Eri, Muga, Mulberry and Tassar to some extent. And the most unique part of it is the Muga, which we call the golden yellow silk of Assam, which we produce about 98% in the entire world. Assam is the largest producer of Eri. And especially the yarn that we get from Eri, that is we make warm clothes out of it. And then Tassar is hardly 1 or 2% that is found in Assam. That will be in the hills district. Whatever type of silk it is, entirely it is labor intensive, because the process of layering, then the reeling as well as weaving, entire process requires a lot of labor, and people can devote only part-time services for this occupation, and the earning that people get, that is the remuneration that they get, is much more than any other agricultural crop that is prevalent in the state. For instance, for agriculture, paddy crop or others, you get around 10,000 per acre, but in Muga, for per acre, you get 2 commercial crops that will be around 60,000 cocoons, which if you sell it in the form of cocoon, you get around 30,000 per year, and that too by devoting only 2 months of time during the whole year, and the rest of the 10 months you can devote for some other work. Actually, the proper development is still to be made in the process of mechanization and all. It is a crude process that is being followed now. So, for instance, per day they reel only around 1,000 cocoons per day. So they will be producing only 110 to 120 grams of Muga yarn, and they get around 50 rupees per day. That is 2 laborers who work for this, for reeling. Now, as a matter of fact, these people, they do not have the forward linkage of weaving and then marketing. Proper marketing facility is not there, and then they do not get the remuneration that they expect.
Sericulture is beginning to be considered as an attractive opportunity by unemployed educated youth, but geographical isolation and a lack of government and institutional funding initiative has resulted in a stunted growth in the silk industry.
First of all, it is geographically isolated, and basically more focus is required. And we are trying to, in this 10th 5-year plan, we have planned to give more assistance to the people who are trying to take up this activity. Because if these people, they do not get proper facilities, they will be leaving this occupation, which is very hard working also. We have got a sericulture training institute at Tittabor. That is the only institute in Assam. And we have also planned to set up a sericulture college during this 5-year plan. And these educated unemployed youth, they are also coming forward to take up this activity. Now, if they are given proper assistance, because the Muga is especially, it's very cost extensive. So if they get the funding for setting up the infrastructure, for setting up the mechanized reeling units, and for setting up weaving units, they'll definitely come forward to take up this industry.
The modern Assamese woman probably doesn't have to spin a yarn to trap a husband in its intricate folds. But the exquisitely woven silk still has a place of pride in her cupboard, and no wedding is held without the traditional pair of mugar mekhala and sador. Apart from the muga, we have the creamy white eri, the mulberry, and the comparatively newer tasar, all very desirable for lovers of silk. But due to lack of exposure and of marketing initiative, the rest of India has been deprived of the silks of Assam.
This is because basically you will find that Muga is being done by the rural people. It is still not done in a large scale in the city areas. Now these rural people, they do not have the access to the proper designing, the designers wear that you say nowadays, modern designer wears. So until and unless this designing system is introduced, or proper designers training is given to these people, it will be difficult to, in fact we are trying, and recently ArtFed has taken up a course on designers training. So with that, some people, if these unemployed youth, they come forward with designing designers products, it will definitely be widespread.
While muga farming is more lucrative and hence attractive to farmers, as there are 2 crops a year, there also is the tension of growing a crop that is dependent on weather, since it is grown outdoors.
But Muga is very difficult in the sense that it is reared outdoors, because any climatic effect, whether it is hailstorm or too heavy sunshine, these will affect the Muga crop. And this is one of the basic problems that our rearers are facing, because the entire crop will fail if there is a hailstorm for 1 or 2 days. So we have started, from this year we will be starting the crop insurance scheme, because most of the poor people are giving it up. They say that we have spent such a lot of money and we have not been able to get any return due to the natural calamities. Now, in view of this, we have taken up with Government of India as well as Central Silk Board, and around 50% assistance Central Silk Board will be given for crop insurance and 50% from our state government. The amount that we are getting now from our state plan, that is more than 80% or 90% is spent on the continuing our infrastructures that are available. I mean, the infrastructures that are seed farms, our production centers, salary of the staff. So very little go to the public as assistance. So we have been taking up with Government of India even for foreign aid if they cannot give. So last time Planning Commission, they told us to submit a project, and a project of 177 crores had been submitted to Government of India, and that is being discussed for OECF, that is from Japan, for assistance. So we hope if we get that sort of assistance, definitely it will come to the limelight, and as the Assam is earning from oil or oil products, sericulture will not be far behind.
Beautiful traditions have a way of surviving, and like the beauty of creation is captured in woven silk, the beauty of existence is expressed by the bihu. Swaying gracefully, rhythmically, the dancers usher in the season of fertility, mating and marriage. This dance expresses the joys of spring and youth, and the erotic overtones reflect the preoccupation with fertility. No region of India, no matter how geographically isolated, can be without budding cricketers dreaming of someday becoming a Sachin Tendulkar. The Sachin wannabes and other sports enthusiasts are groomed by the Board of Sports of Assam, and in a country where sports is just beginning to be recognized as a career option, a lot will need to be done. A healthy body is said to develop a healthy mind, and one hopes as much for all our young friends getting trained here.
The group sports like cricket, football, hockey, these needs a big infrastructure and a lot of support from all concerned. And Assam being less industrially developed, and we don't have much sponsors to come and support our cause, it is always difficult. We, through our association, we are also in touch with a few groups. We have told them, we have submitted proposals saying that instead of going in an ad hoc basis, let's form a tie-up for a long time, say over 10 years or 5 years, so that we identify the sports persons and they train up, and finally they are absorbed in some career. Problem is that in India, except cricket and tennis and chess to some extent, all other sports have not got that kind of professionalism. Because after all, in this part of the country, parents still feel that only the children who are not good at studies should go and play. Yes. But then the sports elsewhere in the world have become a career. Recently, basketball has come up. We have even boxing, which has started recently, and the Assam Amateur Boxing Association, they have even set up a training institute for young boxers, which is probably first in the country. And our two of our junior boys, they have won laurels for the state in the nationals.
People are likely to excel in traditional sports, and with a little encouragement, who knows, we might end up getting an Olympic gold in archery.
It's a traditional sport for Meghalaya, Manipur and many other states. And that's how I think they are born archers. So some of these sports could be introduced, like the polo that was developed in Manipur. So, but we have not done much about it. So I think we should take up certain sports which are traditionally ours and give emphasis on that, so that where the born sportsmen are there, it is easier to train them. The type of fund required is just not there. The total state budget for sports is just not adequate to cater, because to develop a national, international type of a sports person, you need a lot of gear, lot of support. But I think now we should be selective. Instead of spreading our limited resources, if we focus on the particular sports where we think it will be better or it will be easier to get results.
Which one would you think should
as I said, these traditional sports like archery and probably in athletics, because Assam has got the very good athletic areas in hill districts and some of the tribal areas. They have got fantastic sports person with very agile figure. So these youths, they will definitely do well in athletics.
If I had to name one thing that could be called the essence of Assam, I would name the Brahmaputra, the river that keeps changing its course with every monsoon, as if wanting to reach out and touch all of Assam, stretching almost infinitely. Sometimes it seems almost like a sea. On the wide banks of this river, we found people enjoying life to the brim, for the Brahmaputra Beach Festival was in progress.
Brahmaputra Beach Festival, which we are holding for the second time in this big way, was started in 1994. And the organizers are the Assam Boat Racing and Rowing Association, of which I am the president. We started this association way back in 1993. All those youth who believe in the development of adventure tourism, youth-related activities, and national integration, we got together and we formed this association. The main purpose of forming the association was to, one, promote the rowing. As you know, rowing is an international sport, but in the Northeast, it was never tried. Northeast has got tremendous water resources, which could be used for development of rowing as well as other aquatic sports activities, as well as the adventure sports. So we formed this association, and in 1994, for the first time in this part of the country, we organized the National Invitational Rowing Championship. All over the Northeast, in many states like Tripura, Manipur, Assam, the traditional boat racing has been there since the centuries. But due to lack of patronage, these almost were extinct. So we thought, why not promote these local boat races into a center stage? We bring it to Guwahati, and then the entire nation and the other parts of the country, world, will be able to see. Along with the sports, we would like to promote the rich cultural heritage of the Northeast. And besides promoting the traditional sports and traditional crafts and arts, we want to promote the national integration amongst the Northeast, and we want to bridge the gap as it exists in the mind of the people. And let's hope this Brahmaputra Beach Festival becomes the window to the Northeast.
And we'll leave them thus. As the rowing grows more frenzied, we'll leave them as they try to win the race. But I cannot but pause and hope that Assam, with all its wealth of resources and manpower, also wins the race and becomes a heaven of peace and prosperity that it deserves to be.